What's up, guys? Welcome back to Back Road Driver.
We're the Mazda brothers.
Hey, today we're going to be installing something that came in the mail. We've done this before on Sam's 21 F-150. Big problem you've got with these new 12-inch screens from Ford. They're gigantic.
Grease magnets. Rubbing your hands all over them all the time. Life puts you in a lot of situations where your hands are dirty and you're touching all over that screen. You got smudges everywhere.
The more you can control on that screen, the more you're going to be touching it. So we've got a product that'll stop those fingerprints from being so obvious, and it also protects the screen.
So the product we're talking about, guys, comes from the OCDplug.com. We'll put a link in the description down there where you can find this product, and also a discount code to save you a few bucks on this. This is going to be a piece of PPF that goes over the screen. It's going to protect the screen, and since it's matte, it's also going to hide those fingerprints and make that screen a whole lot easier to clean. The kit's going to come with everything you need. You're going to get the screen protector. It's going to be rolled up. You're going to get this. You're going to use this as a squidgy to put the protector on. You're going to get an alcohol prep pad to clean the screen really good. The instructions are going to tell you you're going to clean that with soapy water first, then use an alcohol prep pad, and then they're going to give you this cloth that has almost zero dust. And so the key to today is going to be getting rid of all that dust. Kit also comes with this spray bottle, and you're going to end up putting a drop or two of soap in this. What that's going to allow you to do is spray this down the area where the screen protector is going on. When you put the screen protector on, it's going to allow you to move it around. You're going to squidgy that water out, and it's going to give you professional results. Now, one thing that we noticed is this sometimes isn't enough fluid to finish the project, and you know, they can't ship a whole huge bottle. I stole this from my wife. It's some beauty product used to be in it or whatever, but now it's got soapy water and we've got all we need. You know, we're doing all the time doing some projects around the garage, and this comes in handy. So you want to take a blade and cut behind this. Be careful, you don't want to dig into the screen protector itself. I'm going to cut this apart right here, and you've got a little bit of room to work with around the edges. And as you can see, it's been rolled up for shipping. And if you got time, leave this under a book or something overnight. It's going to help flatten that out and make it a little bit easier to work with later.
I want to show you how these ridiculous fingerprints got here. So you're eating your morning breakfast, your chicken biscuit, and then you got to change where you're going on the map before you go to work. So you're touching the screen and you get it all nasty like this. So we've been down some trails recently, and you can tell there's like a layer of dust everywhere because we had windows down when we were doing that. You don't have to clean everything, but I'm going to take a microfiber cloth and spray it down with a little glass cleaner here, and then just kind of clean the whole area a little bit, because any little dust that gets behind this is going to show up later and it's going to be a problem. We can't stress enough how taking your time when you're installing this will yield a much better result and give you a better chance to not have something behind the screen protector that's going to drive you crazy every time you see it. Get all up in the button area, get a little bit wide on the dash, because this stuff can blow around, especially if you got somebody in the car, you know, yourself, blowing air around. Go ahead and get the major dirt off of here. We're going to do this a little bit finer here in just a second. Like, get this vent over here. If you do this like in the summer and you're running the car outside in your driveway, it's going to blow dirt around. So maybe it's better to do it when you don't have to have the AC vents on, so that you're not blowing dust everywhere, because that is going to get behind the screen and it is going to drive you crazy. Even clean down in this area just a little bit. Anything you're going to touch while you're doing the install, all in the middle console, get it as clean as you possibly can before we start. The OCD plug also has retro Bronco emblems. It's the little deals that go right there on the front. If you take your black diamond badge off and you put that on, you can also leave your badge that came on your Bronco and then put this Bronco emblem below it. It looks really cool. It actually looks like the first and second gen emblems, and you're going to be able to get a discount on that as well. We'll put the link down in the description. We're going to do an install video with those, maybe not on this Bronco, but on a new Bronco. To get ready to do this install, we've opened all the doors, and that has nothing to do with airflow. It has everything to do with light. So we're inside our garage here, and we do have good overhead lighting, but nothing much from the sides. And in the Bronco, there's no dome light. There is a couple little vanity lights right there, but not near enough. So we've got all the doors, all four open, and all the windows down so that enough light can come in here for us to be able to see what we're doing.
I just washed my hands. Now we're going to start the alcohol prep process. You can tell with this gloss screen on the 12-inch version on the Broncos, you get a lot of glare. On the smaller screens, that's a little bit more matte, so you don't have this problem as much. It is a little easier to damage the smaller screen because it's not glass like the 12-inch. The OCDplug.com does have a screen protector for both versions, so whatever you've got, they've got a solution for you. So we're going to pull out this alcohol prep pad, and we're going to rub this screen down, and we're going to get in all the cracks as well. You're going to have the screen protector touching possibly when you first slap it up there onto the screen. Depending on, you know, how careful you are or whatever, it may touch this edge, so you want to have everything nice and clean. So now that you've got the alcohol in there, you're going to buff all that off with this lint-free cloth, and you're going to want to get a light and look at the screen from an angle that you can see any single speck of dust, because if there's a speck of dust on there, it's going to make a tiny little bump behind that screen protector, and you're going to have to look at it for the rest of the time you own the Bronco. So make sure you get this thing perfectly clean before you go to the next step, putting the screen protector on.
So you can see here we have 1,800 miles on this Bronco, and we already have, after getting this just perfectly clean, you can see it right here, we already have scratches in the screen. Now, I mean, we've not like scraped against that with anything rough, but just in normal use, we have absolutely already scratched the screen. So this screen protector is going to hide that, but it's also going to keep any additional scratches from forming on that glass, because polishing glass, especially inside a vehicle, is not cool. But I don't know if you can see them
right in here.
Yep, right there's a dull spot, but there's already a lot of cuts in this thing.
I mean, for that amount of scratches to be on here after just 1,800 miles, it won't take long for this thing to look pretty raggedy if you don't put something on it.
So when this video gets done, click the description down below and you'll see a link directly to the OCDplug.com site, but you'll also have a promo code that'll get you a discount off of this product. We appreciate them. They've sponsored this video for us, but everything you buy, you're gonna get a little discount on, and so that's gonna be awesome to save a little bit of money.
So at this point, you're gonna want to fill up your spray bottle. You're gonna use a drop or two of dish liquid and put it in there, put some water in there and shake it up. We've already done that in a larger bottle, so we're going to be using this. This works just fine though. I've got the screen protector, the squidgy, and my water solution, and now we're going to wet the screen down, and then we're going to peel off this screen protector and place it onto the screen, and it's going to have a little gap all the way around the edges. You want to work that on there and find center immediately. Don't want to use too much, but you also don't want to have any dry spots. When you're peeling this off, you don't want to touch it to anything. Remember to have very clean hands at this point. And I'm going to go ahead before I go crazy and spray this corner so I don't have to worry about anything. Now that we're off, we're going to spray this. Now we're going to go on to the screen with it. You've got plenty of time to get this nice and even. So if this thing has any dust behind it, it's going to be Brad's fault because he did that initial cleaning. You know, even though I did the final cleaning, but it's definitely Brad's fault if there's anything behind this. So you can see there's a bubble forming here. Don't worry about that. Right now at this step, you just want to get happy with your left to right and up and down. And if it locks on you a little bit, you can move it around a little and you're good to go again. Don't get panicked. The dish soap in this is what makes this slick enough to slide around. And I think I'm going to go up just a tad more. And I think I'm going to be happy with that. There's a little bit more gap on the sides than the top and the bottom on this one, I believe. Now that we got it locked in here, to keep this from sliding around when you start squidging, I recommend you take the corners and kind of press with your finger just around the edges a little bit. And what that's going to do is give it just a little bit of tack. So the next step is when squidging, you're going to want to work your way out from the middle. So start in the middle and go up and down. You don't want to leave anything trapped in the middle while you're doing this. Path of least resistance, wherever it's easiest to get the water out without leaving anything trapped in the middle. And now you can see why we clean so well around the edges, because you're pushing water out here close to the edge, and if there was any dust, it's going to try to pull that in as you're doing this. So now that you've squidged it out, you want to get a light and look for any small bubbles. Don't worry about anything really small, because once this thing gets some heat in it, it's gonna suck the moisture out from behind this. You don't have to worry about every single little bubble, but anything that's large, you do need to get that water out of there. If you have anything small, don't worry about it at this point.
So we've got a high absorbency, if that's a word, microfiber. It's what we use to dry the outside of a vehicle after we wash, but at this point we're going to blot this. We're not going to push in the middle and like push hard and shove, because yes, this thing's tacked on there really well, but we're just wanting to remove the excess water from around the edges.
That's just so you can make sure you got all the bubbles out, guys. I mean, you're really wanting to clean it right now.
For sure.
We got a little spot right here, and it's because it's wet, we're having a hard time with it staying down. Since it's right there on the edge, when this dries properly, that's going to lay down.
You can see a couple bubbles up in here on the corners, so if he pushes those,
I'm going to work on those, but I think these are the type right here on the edge aren't going to be a problem. I think that's going to come out as this dries very well, get some sunlight on it, a little heat. Those are going to lay down and be fine. Don't want to rub that edge right now with this cloth. Remember, blot, because you can run dirt right up under the edge.
So I used a little bit more glass cleaner on a pretty clean cloth here and kind of polished this thing up a little bit, and it looks really good. I think we got a really good install on this one. Now you're going to see some haze back here. I think you can tell it where he's pointing. That's going to go away after a couple of days. We've pushed all the moisture out that we can, but as this screen heats up from normal driving, and you maybe, I don't know, even if the car just sits in the heat outside in the summer,
right,
that stuff's going to work its way out because that moisture wants to get out, and it's going to look better after about 3 or 4 days. But I think we got a pretty dang good install. And that's with it black, with it off. Go ahead and hit the button and turn it on. I like when this thing pops on, and we did test it a second ago. I mean, I've got a hot light right here, guys, like it's super hot, and we've got almost no glare on this thing. Now if I go like right in front of it, but still it's a dull glare at this point, but it's pretty awesome as to how it knocks the glare off in driving. Now that's going to be way more important if you've got this top off, and especially that center section. With this Bronco being driven with all that stuff off, you're going to have a lot more dust flying down here, and just dust on the glass screen, and then you rubbing it with your finger gives you a good opportunity to put some scratches in it. But this will kill the glare when you're driving doors and top off, and it's going to keep you from putting scratches in the glass. This stuff does self-heal, so just from being in the heat, if you put a scratch in this, it's going to heal itself, unless you like take a key and like scratch against it real hard.
Yeah, within reason. It does have some self-healing properties.
You could bump your key into it, and it's going to keep it from leaving a gigantic scratch.
You know, touch screen sensitivity is the same as it was. It doesn't affect that any. I've had a kit from the OCD plug on my 21 F-150 for months now, and I've gotten very used to having the matte finish with no glare and everything. Some of you guys know that Mitchell Watts gave me a new truck to try out with a 6-inch lift and everything, but it doesn't have a screen protector from the OCD plug on it, so it's back to that gloss finish. And I noticed that right away when I got in the truck, and I did notice that I get fingerprints on it and there is a glare sometimes. I'm really impressed with this OCD plug product. We have a link to the OCD plug down in the description. We'll put a link to our entire build playlist on this Bronco in the description, as well as in the end card right here. Guys, we've got a lot more adventures coming with this vehicle, a whole lot more projects, as well as all the other vehicles on this channel. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And guys, know it's not for you, it's to help us. That's all it does. Is if you give it a thumbs up, it helps more people see the video. If you subscribe, it helps our numbers. And yes, you will get to see our videos more often, and we do appreciate that. But help us out. Thumbs up and hit the subscribe button.